In this video, we want to talk about the hidden meanings of the movie Inside. Inside, starring Willem Dafoe, directed by Vasilis Katsoupis, is a new 2023 movie from Focus Features. The storyline: Nemo, a high-end art thief, is trapped in a New York penthouse after his heist doesn't go as planned. Locked inside with nothing but priceless works of art, he must use all his cunning and ingenuity to survive. Trapped in a luxurious cage, a panic room movie, this is the first thing that comes to mind, but beyond its straightforward and one-line story, Inside is an allegorical story about man's expulsion from the Garden of Eden and his attempt to return to that peace and security. By knowing this tip, one can easily understand the other details and obscure points of the movie, because the rest of the meanings lie between these two lines. So, let's go to the explanation of the puzzles of the movie. First of all, his name, Nemo. Nemo as a boy's name is of Latin origin, and the meaning nobody and everyone. The name has been used in other stories as well, such as Captain Nemo in The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. Nemo's entry into the building is by helicopter and from the sky, guided by someone we don't see but only hear messages from. And at the very beginning of the story, his codes to get Nemo out don't work. Isn't that guide a metaphor for the prophet? Probably yes. His attempt to break the door and get out of it is similar to man's attempts to reach salvation, which he can only do by climbing through the skylight. Pigeons appear in stories as harbingers of peace, freedom, faith, and fidelity. They can guide souls safely into the hereafter and carry messages between the realms. The pigeon can also refer to prophets as messengers who do not help us much. The Macarena song and Nemo's nervous reaction to it, and the fact that he finally decides to dance to it. Some sources say that the name comes from the Greek Makarios, which means happy. Maybe it refers to the teaching that one should be happy to face the bitterness of life. Changes in home heating and cooling refer to the nature of the earth and the turning of the seasons. Eating small pieces of ice symbolizes mortal pleasures in life that quickly fade away. Drinking from garden water can represent of great potential, which can promote healing and learning, create romantic bonds, and even send characters into magical realms. The people he sees on the CCTV camera and does not hear our pleas are symbols of others who are around us in life, but we have to make our own way to salvation. From an allegorical sense, the art in the apartment encapsulates the modern human condition. The masterpiece painting is looking for is our lost happiness that we mistakenly seek for a material object, but eternal happiness is in other things. Fish has a symbolic meaning in Christianity, which is also mentioned a lot in the story of Christ. It often symbolizes your need to go through a developmental phase. This can mean a need to make a change in your life and mentality. The reference and emphasis on the drawing book, and the work that he creates on the wall of the house with Masonic signs and the universe and the place of worship that he creates in front of it, is an allusion to all those things that we record in the Book of Life. The unseen world with fake body refers to our false perception from the world. In Hidden Room, he finds a book about heaven and hell that slowly starts to seep into his mind. The books spread over the earth and their ineffectiveness in helping him towards liberation indicate that earthly knowledge is useless for attaining salvation. Finally, in order to achieve salvation, he makes special glasses so that dust particles do not disturb his vision. Piling things on top of each other to reach the skylight refers to the human effort to achieve salvation, as well as the story of Babylon and its meanings. Nemo's fate is left kind of a mystery since we never actually see him climb up the skylight and escape. Seemingly escapes this nightmare and leaves with new perspectives he couldn't have expected to gain locking in. Overall, by focusing on other details of the film, you can find an equivalent for each of them in the story of the creation of man and his efforts.